Hello gamers, today we're going to be talking about Alyosha, who is going to be a brand new 4-star Stellar Conduct support coming in 7.0, and from all the information we know about him so far, he is looking pretty dang strong. So how about we just dive into his kit and find out how he actually works. So a quick little overview if you've never heard about this guy at all, maybe you only saw his drip marketing. He's going to be an electro support for Stellar Conduct specifically. I read over his kit a few times and I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there that says anything about Stellar Swirl, so I think he is Stellar Conduct specific. He is a pole arm wielder, so probably a great opportunity for Favonius Lance. He provides team-wide Stellar Conduct and attack percent buffs, while also being a healer on top of that. Okay, now let's talk about how he works. When you tap or hold your skill, you apply the Hunter's Mark effect on enemies that you hit with your skill. You can also apply this effect with your normal attacks, but it'll only apply one mark to the last enemy that you hit. And how it works is when you have a mark on an enemy, it doesn't actually do anything. But when you use an ability that also applies the Hunter's Mark, you consume the Hunter's Mark on the enemy instead, and it activates the Hunter's Precision effect. And this is where the real buff is. This effect will give you a team-wide attack percent buff, and it will scale with levels. I think at level 10 around 25%, and then at level 13 it's about 30%, but keep in mind these numbers it's still early, so all of these numbers can change. That's why I don't really like putting that many numbers in these presentations, just because they're subject to change. So either way, let's just say like 25% attack percent buff your whole team. And when Stellar Radiance is active, which is basically just when you're in a Polestar field, it also gives Stellar Conduct buffs. I think it gives around 25% right now to the whole team. When you use your burst, you summon a wolf, and it also summons a relatively small AoE hunting field that does AoE electro damage periodically. And when your wolf summon attacks, it heals nearby party members. So in the previous panel, I already covered some of the passives, but these are some extra ones that I thought were a little bit less relevant. So your burst and skill damage will scale for every point of ER that you have up to 70% as of right now, which is basically just the emblem of Severed Fate 4-piece. It's basically the same thing. And he also displays resources unique to Snezhnaya on the minimap. Now this is very important, right? His constellations. His C6 is very important. I don't want to call him useless until C6 because I think that is kind of disingenuous, but his C6 is really big. So his C1 is just some energy generation. You get 15 flat energy once every 18 seconds as long as you keep proccing any electro-related reaction. His C2 extends his burst duration, and the Wolf Summon now applies the Hunter's Mark, but it cannot activate the Hunter's Mark. That's important because you need to actually activate the Hunter's Mark to receive the Hunter's Precision buff, which is the buff that actually matters, right? But basically, C2 allows you to more easily apply this Hunter's Mark. The C4 just builds off of the healing effect of the burst. It now heals the party member with the lowest HP as well. And his C6, this is the really big one. This is the one that matters the most. At C6, the Hunter's Precision effect, which is what you get from activating the Hunter's Mark, now stacks. It stacks up to 2 times, and at 2 stacks, all the characters with 2 stacks of this Hunter's Precision buff gain 100 EM. This is the really big one, because this essentially just doubles the buff that he gives. So for example, at level 13, he's giving 25% Stellar Conduct damage bonus, and he's also giving around 30% attack. So with 2 stacks of Hunter's Precision, you're getting 60% attack to the whole team, and also 50% Stellar Conduct damage bonus to the whole team, along with 100 EM. So his C6 is very strong. As of recording this, there isn't that much gameplay information about Alyosha right now, so I'm not 100% sure how these Hunter's Mark and Hunter's Precision stacks are going to work. I don't know if it's a situation where you have to apply the mark, consume it, apply the mark, consume it, and then that's how you get 2 stacks. And if that's the case, he might be someone you spend a little bit more field time on. It's not going to be like official where you just pop in, use your skill, and pop out. Probably have to spend some time on field with him. But either way, at C6, these buffs are pretty insane. Even before that, the buffs are pretty nice. I'd say the biggest ones I think C1 is nice, but I don't think this is a character that's going to have that many energy problems if I had to guess. The C2 and the C4 just seem like quality of life and improve just the overall flow of this gameplay loop. And his C3 is probably the earliest breakpoint that actually improves buffs to your team, because the C3 increases the level of your skill, and the level of your skill scales the attack bonus. And then after that, the C6 is definitely the biggest part of the whole thing, which, you know, it's kind of unfortunate that we have yet another character that is just kind of whelming before C6, but then at C6 is really good. But I feel like this has been the state of 4 stars in Genshin for a long time now, so this is just how it is. But overall, yeah, the constellations, they're decent. C6 is obviously the best one. I hope this helped you get a grasp of what Alyosha does. I should be covering the Cryo Traveler soon with his brand new signature sword. Subscribe if you want to see that in the future. But anyways, thank you for staying around to the end of the video, and I will see you guys around. Bye bye.
Imani wa